SDR Kansas, and I'm witnessing for the Lord. And today we pick it up at God does not require his children to deny themselves to the injury of physical strength. He requires them to obey natural law to preserve physical health. Nature's path is a road he marks out, and it is broad enough for any Christian God has. With a lavish hand provided us with rich and varied bounties for our sustenance and enjoyment, but in order for us to enjoy the natural appetite which will preserve health and prolong life, health restricts the appetite. He says, beware, restrain, deny unnatural appetite. If we create perverted appetite, we violate the laws of our being and assume the responsibility of abusing our bodies and of bringing disease upon ourselves. CD 723. And the next section is give the health work its place. The indifference in which health books have been treated by many is an offense to God. To separate the health work from the great body of the work is not in his order. Present truth lies in the work of health reform as verily as in other features of gospel. Work, no one branch, when separated from others, can be a perfect whole. CD 724. The gospel of health has able advocates, but the work has been made very hard because so many ministers, presidents of conferences, and other in positions of influence have failed to give the question of health reform its proper attention. They have not recognized it in its relation to the work of the message as the right arm of the body with very little respect has been shown to his department of many of the people, and by some of the ministers the Lord has shown his regard for it by giving it abundant prosperity. CD 731. When properly conducted, the health work is an entering wedge, making way for other truths to reach the heart. When the third angel's message is received in its fullness, health reform will be given its place in the councils of the conference and in the work of the church, in the home, at the table, and in all household arrangements. Then the right arm will serve and protect the body. CD 732. While health has its place in the promulgation of the third angel's message, it advocates must not in any way strive to make it take place of the message. Testimonies for the Church, 6, 327, 1900, CD 733. Next section, need for self-mastery. One of the most deplorable effects of the original apostasy was the loss of man's power of self-control. Only as this power is regained can there be real progress. CD 734. The body is only medium through which the mind and the soul are developed of the upbuilding character. Hence, it is that great adversary of soul directs his temptations to enfeebling and degrading of physical powers. His success means the surrender to evil of the whole being and the tendencies of our physical nature, unless under dominion of a higher power, will surely work ruin and death. CD 735. Bodies to be brought into subjugation. Higher powers of the being are to rule. The passions are to be controlled by will, which itself to be under control of God. Kingly power of reason, sanctified by divine grace, is to bear sway in our lives. CD 736. The requirements of God must be brought home to the conscience. Men and women must be awakened to the duty of self-mastery the need of purity, freedom from every depraving appetite and defiling habit. They need to be impressed with the fact that all their powers of mind and body are the gift of God and are to be preserved in the best possible condition for His service. The Ministry of Healing, 129, 130, 1905, CD 741. All right, the next section is ministers and people and act in concert. One important part of the work is the ministry is to faithfully present to the people the health reform as it stands connected with the third angel's message as a part of the parcel of the same work. They should not fail to adopt it themselves. They should urge it upon all who profess to believe the truth. Testimonies for the Church, 1469, 470, 1867, CD 742. The health reform I was shown is a part of the third angel's message and is as closely connected with it as are the arm and hand with the human body. I saw we as a people must make an advance move in this great work. Ministers and people must act in concert. God's people are not prepared for the loud cry of the third angel. They have work to do for themselves, which they should not leave for God to do for them. He has left this work for them to do. It is an individual work. One cannot do it for another. Testimonies for the Church, 1486, 1867, CD 743. And the next section, part of, but not the whole message. The health reform is closely connected with the work of the third message. Yet it is not the message our preachers should teach the health reform, yet they should not make this leading theme in place of the message. Its place is among those subjects which set forth preparatory work to meet the events brought to view by the message. Among these it is prominent. We should take hold of every reform with zeal, yet should avoid giving the impression that we are facilitating and subject to fanaticism. Testimonies for the Church, 559, 1867, CD 744. The health reform is closely related to the third angel's message, as the arm to the body, but the arm cannot take the place of the body. The proclamation of the third angel's message, the commandments of God, and the testimonies of Jesus is a burden of our work. The message is to be proclaimed with a loud cry, and it is to go to the whole work. The presentation of health principles must be united with this message, but not in any case be independent of it or in any way take the place of it. Letter 57, 1896, CD 751. All right, and we'll pick it up here next week. Its relation to medical institutions. I'm Misty Arkansas, and I'm out.